Now y'all know, if y'all see this face, it ain't no time to waste. Yes, sure. Back in with another episode of the We Here Now podcast. I am your host, as I've been your host. This is episode 43, and I'm still me, bringing you the greatest podcast out of the CLE. Now let's get right into it. Fresh off getting my wisdom teeth removed, we just gonna get right into it. Usually with these, y'all know how I like to do. I like to split it up. You know, a little half of this, and then we do a little half of mainstream. Today, it's gonna be mainly focused on what I got going on and what the past week has been like for me. I know a lot of you guys, when I get feedback, you guys like that a little bit more. Not necessarily. You guys don't always know what's going on with the mainstream. Not saying y'all don't know, but maybe just don't have the same interest in the stuff that I got interest in. But when we have weeks like this, when I actually got stories to tell and, you know, stuff I've been going through, I like to give y'all that and not focus more on the mainstream. So, like I said, last week, but it could be a lot as well. I said we wasn't gonna go that long last week, and then end up dropping, you know, our podcast. So just bear with me, and I'm gonna give y'all what y'all need or what you didn't know that you needed. But let's get right into it. Fresh off getting my wisdom teeth removed, I'm just gonna go ahead and get to the elephant in the room. I have now 4 less teeth I had in my mouth than the last time you guys saw me. Now I kind of gave you guys kind of like my thoughts of what the process is going to be like, because I want to make sure I gave you guys a podcast before I got my wisdom teeth out, just knowing the type of pain I was going to be in. And good thing I did, because I was definitely in a lot of pain. Now, like I talked about last week, I wasn't sure about how the process was going to go. You know, I was going to be sedated for it, so I was under the pressure I wasn't going to feel anything, or maybe I was going to feel a little bit, but I was still going to be awake. But regardless, the night before I ended up getting my wisdom teeth out, that's the same night that I ended up shooting the podcast last week and editing all that good stuff. So my mindset was, okay, even if the sedation doesn't work like I'm expecting it to work, I'm just going to stay up all night and then I'll just be sleepy, you know? So that's exactly what I did. Took my little pill, like, it's probably like an hour and a half before I actually had to get my wisdom teeth out. And then I had my stepby, he ended up driving me to get my wisdom teeth taken out. Now, when I get there, I'll be honest. The lady was telling me it's going to be like being off 4 beers, but I will be completely honest with you. She definitely should have gave me the reference that I was thinking. It was more like being off a couple shots of tequila, because my balance definitely wasn't there, and I do not remember literally any other procedure besides me pretty much just sitting down or getting there kind of, and then sitting down and then leaving. So all in all, it was smooth. I really didn't feel, anything at all. Like I said, I didn't remember anything, you know. But one thing I did remember is, obviously, I'm waking up, right, or the sedation starting to, I guess, wear off a little bit to the point where I'm actually up now, and they're doing the stitches in my mouth, right. Now, I'm already numb, and I got the sedation going on. So they tell me like to open my mouth so they can pause. No diddy. They tell me to open my mouth so they can get the stitches together. But like, I'm sedated and I'm numb. Like, I'm thinking I'm opening my mouth, and like they kind of on my head about like opening my mouth. So like I was a little, you know, frustrated about that or whatever the case may be. But like I said, that's all I really remember. And then I ended up leaving. I was telling you about the fine little front desk lady that was working there before. Man, also out of it, I don't even think I said anything to her before I left, you know what I mean? I just remember I couldn't walk in a straight line at all. I was wobbly. It was really like, you know, being drunk, you know. But procedure gets done, all good. Now I'm going home. Now, usually, you know, they give you, you know, your little meds after you get your wisdom teeth out. Now, my medication wasn't ready right when I got done. So I get to the house, you know, my mom ended up picking me up. I'm home for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I get a text from CVS, you know, to come pick up my prescription. Now, I keep my mom took her lunch break just so she can come get me, because I wasn't able to drive at all. They say. Now, my mom, she's back at work, you know. I'm not supposed to be driving, but I needed the medication because now I'm starting to feel the pain. Sedation's starting to wear off just a little bit to the point where, you know, I can feel the pain. You know, I'm kind of talking more, and I can feel it in my mouth. Pause. Let let me just pause no Diddy this whole conversation because we're talking about my wisdom teeth. There's going to be a whole lot of mouth opening, all types of stuff. So just bear with me. No Diddy for the next like 5-10 minutes. Please don't do me dirty. Fill in the blank. There you go. But time for me to go get my prescription. I'm like, yo, just got the text, ma. Are you on the call right now? She's like, yeah, I'm on the call. Me, when I get my mind set on something, like I'm in so much pain at this point. Like I'm just trying to get these meds so they can work. You know, I just leave out the house. Boom. I grab my dog. I'm like, boom, we out. I don't think it was the worst idea. I do remember driving. One thing I do remember is it was a smooth ride. I know I got green lights the whole way to the pharmacy. Keep in mind the pharmacy only like, I don't know, like maybe 8 minutes tops away from my house. So it's not a bad drive at all. But I definitely shouldn't have been driving, and I really don't even remember that part of me driving. But going to get my medication, yada yada, it's all good. I drive there, I'm waiting in line. It's a long line. Like I'm like 8 cars deep. Keep in mind, I'm in pain. When you feel any type of pain, like to the point where like it's unbearable, like that whole waiting and being patient stuff is all out the window, right? So boom, I'm waiting in line. I'm like, all right, cool. Like, I'm just about to go inside. They got the inside pharmacy, they got the drive-through pharmacy. I'm in the drive-through pharmacy. I'm going to the inside pharmacy. Boom, I go in the inside pharmacy. They look like they closed. They got the little gray blinders down and everything. I'm like, yo, what is going on? Like, I can't get my meds. Like, what's the deal? Whatever. End up leaving. I'm not about to wait. Maybe they went on lunch break. Whatever it is that they were doing, I don't have time to wait. So at this point, I just go back to the crib. Now, what's my option going back to the crib? Really nothing, because I don't have any medication at home. I can take some ibuprofen, and that's really about it, you know. So I go back home, tell my mom the situation. Yo, this coach like, yeah, well, like they're on lunch break. I was trying to tell you, but you know, medication. I'm a little out of it. Whatever. So wait a little bit, and then my mom ends up taking me back up there to get my medication. All in all good. One thing I would say about the wisdom teeth removal process, like that first day, is I had blood everywhere. Now, me, I'm thinking like, see, I don't really go out all like that. Like if I step out, you know, I'm gonna put something clean on. You know, I got my ever shorts on. You know, I got my ones on. I got my hoodie on. You know, it's going. I mean, who care about being fly in the dentist chair? I kind of do. Even though I'm still gonna be out of it, they're gonna remember one thing: he had that shit on for sure. And thought process like that, me just trying to have that shit on, definitely came back to bite me just because I was bleeding a lot. Like I had blood like on the toilet, like I was sleeping on the couch. Like, I had blood on the couch, I had blood on my shorts. Like it was a whole mess. Keep in mind, you know, it's I have my yellow shorts on, light color, red on yellow is not a good look. But sure enough, you know, Mom Deuce looked out for me, you know, got it all washed up, all that good stuff. But that's really all I gotta say as far as you know, that day of me getting my wisdom teeth out. Now comes the next part. Now I'm gonna be off work for a couple days, which I was. Let me just put it like this. I haven't had that many days off since, I don't know, probably since like November or December. You know what I mean? Because even then, like, when I was just working at the one spot, you know, I'm kind of like hush-hush about what I do. But if y'all know me, y'all know what I do. I just don't want to say it on here for certain reasons. Whatever. I get that done. So I'm just chilling at the house now. So this is on a Tuesday I got my wisdom teeth out. So usually, you know, I work Monday through Saturday. Now I only work Monday. I got my wisdom teeth out on Tuesday. Now I got Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday that I'm literally just chilling at home, you know, out of time. They said, you know, you'll be good 3 to 4 days to go back. I told my other job, you know, Thursday and Friday for sure I'm not going to be there, but most likely I will be there Saturday. Now, before we get into, you know, me going back to work, let's get to what I have been doing in that time period. A whole bunch of nothing. Like I said, I haven't had this many days off since November, so, you know, I'm a gamer, so that's what I'm doing. I'm playing a game, I'm watching YouTube, I'm literally just hanging out. I haven't had time like this in a while. Now, just like a little stress relief, you know, but also I'm playing online. Now, I've been playing 2K. I told you, you know, I get busy on the Madden, and then, you know, I play a little Fortnite as well, but I was playing 2K. You know, I started a little season, a little WNBA career, whatever the case may be. They got a little online mode. So I'm thinking a lot of people don't play. I was completely wrong. There is a lot of people playing, and when I say there's a lot of people, I mean it's a lot of people, and there's a lot of little ass kids on there. So this is supposed to be a stress relief for me. I just got my wisdom teeth out. I'm off work. I'm big chilling, relaxing, doing my ones and twos, right? Just to be cussed out by a bunch of 9-year-olds, right? Now, such a toxic community, I will say, and it's like it's a win-lose situation. And my thing is, I'm not about to be arguing with a bunch of virgins. You know what I mean? Like, they don't get their rocks off. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Now, it's almost like when you're dealing with a female, and it's like she getting on you, and like when you say stuff, it's just gonna keep going. But when you don't say nothing, it's worse. Now I'm going back and forth with these 9-year-olds. You going back and forth? Like, man, if y'all play games, y'all play online, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about, man. Them little kids is bad as hell. And you know they be doing it around their parents, because there's no way in hell they would be talking like this if their parents was around. Now, going back and forth with these kids, but like I said, it's like arguing with your girl. You know, the more you say, you know, the more it escalates. When you don't say anything, it gets worse. Now, I'm at the point, okay, I'm done. I'm not about to keep arguing with you, because now I feel kind of super arguing with these little kids, right? But now, it's like, oh, he broke. He got that cheap microphone, yada, yada, yada. Win, lose, or it's a lose-lose situation for real. So, I kind of ended my little stress leave. But all in all, it was all in good fun. But like I said, I'm recovering, so I really don't have anything else to do but just chill at the house and play the video game, you know? And I'm not going to let them beat them. I still got to listen to my teammates, you know, and see exactly what's going on. But other than that, I've been tuning into some YouTube as well. You know, I'm real big in, you know, watching, like, you know, live streams and stuff like that. I'm not really the guy that watches, you know, like, so much the Twitch streams and stuff like that. But like, I'll watch some stuff on YouTube because, you know, I got YouTube Premium. I'm already on YouTube. It makes sense. Now, shout out to Almighty Suspect because he started gaming as well. No Jumper has been going in a different direction as far as content and not have as many shows as well. But Almighty still got a job, unlike a lot of people who are still there. But he's been getting into gaming as well. And it's cool to see because I like being there for like the start of when things happen. You know what I mean? When I started listening to podcasts, I started listening to Brilliant Idiots. I used to work at Amazon. So boom, I had a lot of free time, you know, 10 hours on the road, a lot of time to listen to podcasts. So I was probably like nine months to a year behind on the Brilliant Idiots, but as much driving I was doing, I was able to catch up. But I love being part of like that small growth and then watching it build. And that's the same thing I see that's going on with All My Suspect for sure. And he's doing it the right way as well. You know, people be in the chat be like, oh, get this, oh, you got to upgrade. But it's like, if you really want to build your fans and build a community, just start from the ground up. Because Almighty can afford all this stuff. He can get the new system and all that whenever he wants. But he's doing it the right way, like truly building up. And it's actually building a great community there. He actually made me a moderator as well. He followed me back on IG. We've been chopping it up a little bit. But you know, I just be showing love because I know how it is as far as like being any type of creator. You know what I mean? Like, it's not as easy as most people would think it is. And they don't know how much work actually goes to it. You can be grinding for hours. You only get like maybe 100 viewers or whatever the case may be. Like, y'all know with the podcast, like I'm not doing like I'm on episode 43 now. I'm not getting 1,000 views on each video, but you can't let that deter you away from, you know, constantly going and constantly building, because like it all comes to time. Like, you really got to put your hours in, you know. If I thought when I started doing the podcast that overnight I was going to have 1,000 viewers, I would have been stopped doing it. I knew it wasn't going to be that. I knew it was going to be an uncomfortable period where it's like I'm not getting the views that people expect to the amount of time that I'm actually putting in. Because right now, it's all going out. It's all pretty much lost as far as the money side comes. I'm not getting any profit for it. I'm not getting any fettuccine, any lucha, any chili. I'm not getting no funds, no breads, or nothing as far as doing the podcast. But if you truly enjoy doing something, you just got to stick with it. And that's definitely what he's been doing. And like I said, I can definitely, I definitely feel him for sure. So shout out to any, you know, YouTube creators as well. You know, trying to make some of themselves, trying to put some content out. Yeah, it's going to be a grind for sure. But like, don't get discouraged. If this is something that you really want to do, just keep going. It's all going to pay out. And that's how I feel too. Like, it's really going to pay out. It's not like I'm just telling you this and then I'm not saying consistent. I'm telling y'all and I'm actually doing it. I'm actually staying consistent and being true to, you know, what I believe in. You know, like, don't think like, you know, I'm going to hit a year in July of doing a podcast. So about 10 episodes away from hitting our 1 year mark. But it's not going to stop there, you know? Like, I might be 50 or I don't want to say 50, but sure, who knows? You know, I'm only 27 right now, so I can definitely see myself doing this at least for the next 10 years. I don't like putting necessarily like a cap on when I'm going to start something or when I'm going to start and or stop something. I just want to keep going. So shout out to everybody who is in that field as well. You know, working in trying to grind. But moving on. So I don't think I actually told you guys, but okay. So throughout the week, boom, it's Saturday. I'm going back to work now. My homegirl, she had a going away party on Saturday, right? I'm the type of person, if I'm not good to go out and have fun, like if I'm good enough to go out to have fun, I'm good enough to go to work and get some money. So that's what I did. Saturday, I went back to my job. I got some money. I think I was telling you guys about last week. I got chased. Well, I didn't get chased. I got attacked by a dog. So boom, I just left a client's house. I'm going to another client's house. Boom, I get out the car. Boom, it locks automatically. I just hear no. It's a dog just chugging at me, right? Now me, like I said, the door's already locked, so I'd have to dig in my pocket, find the little fob, and then unlock and get out the car. I'm not doing that. And my whole thing is when it comes to dogs, look, talking about like dogs like 70 pounds, right? Like 60, 70 pounds. Now I ain't never lost a fight to nothing that like, you know, so I'm not running from no dog. You feel me? So sure enough, boom, dog comes at me. So I'm playing the cool. I got dogs. I'm not the type of people that like instantly get scared when you see a dog coming at you. I'm playing the cool, right? So, you know, I kind of put my hand out like, yo, friendly, go to bite at me. Okay, noted. Not friendly. I have an item in my hand. Comes at me again. I kind of put it there. He takes the item. Boom. Just throws it across the street. All right, cool. Now, there's an owner who originally had let the dog out anyways. He's trying to put the leash on him. But keep in mind, he don't even have a collar on him anyway. So I can't just like kind of grab the collar and kind of keep him at bay, you know? So boom. Once he takes the item, boom, I get him with a little mush. Now the owner's trying to get the dog, but at this point, like the owner is a 9-year-old boy. The dog way more than the kid that's supposed to be watching the dog. You feel me? So at this point, like after I get the little mush, he's still coming at me. I got it balled up. I'm like, boy, I'm really about to be in the street just fighting with the dog. But luckily, it didn't get to that. The owner was able to get it under control. All good, no harm, no foul. Now, I'm not the type of person I want to report on people when your dog attack me. Because all in all, like, if I beat the hell out of your dog, don't be trying to report me either. You know, self-defense. Yep, we believe in self-defense, right? Cool. Now, I'll go back to work. This Saturday, the past Saturday that just followed. Now, the time I'm telling you about was 2 Saturdays ago. This time was literally the most recent Saturday. I'm at the same house again. So I'm already know what's going on. I'm at this client's house. You know, I'm going to give a little call. I'm not getting no answer. So now I'm about to get out so I can go walk, you know, and knock on the door. Boom. I get out the car. I just hear a little growl, a little. I'm at the same house that I was at the following week ago. People, mom, boom. Dog come out. Now, they got this dog like ghetto rig. Like, they got it wrapped around like a little air compressor with like a little bookshelf on top of it. Like, man, it's a dog. Like, he's strong. Like, I say he's like 60, 70 pounds, but dogs are still strong enough to pull something that just got him by the neck. So boom, he then pulled the air compressor all the way out. Now I'm just constantly backing up. I'm like, I'm trying just cordial at this point. I'm like, yo, be cool. I'm trying to tell you, be cool. I'm not telling him to be cool because I'm not going to do anything. I'm trying to tell you, be cool, because if it comes down to me or you, it's going to be you every time. I love dogs, but if I have to subdue this dog for my own safety, this dog will be subdued. Believe that. But sure enough, at this point is going on, the owner comes out, boom, oh man, I'm so sorry about that. Like, oh, it's messed up my dog's races. Racist. Like, that didn't even cross my mind that the dog might have been racist. I think the dog was just unhinged. Like, y'all got him on a chain. He finally sees somebody that's not somebody in the family. He gonna do what he's supposed to do. You know what I mean? Just like if you saw like, I don't know, like a mailman, he gonna be just as aggressive like that. So I thought it was kind of weird. Like, can't mention that. Like, I'm not the type of person that just like to throw out like, oh, that's racist, that's racist. Like, I really went through like real racism. So it's like I can acknowledge when something is actually racist, and I don't think the dog is being racist. The dog is being a protector. You come to my house and I got my dog, like, she gonna be on you like that. Black, white, whatever you are, she gonna be on you. Not because she's racist, because it's an unfamiliar face on our property. Right? So I thought it was kind of odd that he went to that. But whatever. That's my first day back at work, right? So I ended up clenching a little bit, kind of ground my teeth together. I kind of bit down, where I got my wisdom teeth out. So I was a little irritated about that. But if I ever got to go to the house again, man, I ain't gonna lie. I just gloves off from the start. As soon as I say I'm just gonna walk up on it, it's gonna be that. Cause if y'all can't control y'all dog, I will do it myself. Now it might not be as gentle or friendly as you would like, but you aren't at discretion to say how I should handle a dog trying to attack me. Boom. First day back at work. Now, like I said, my homegirl's going away party. Now she's moving to South Carolina. She's a guidance counselor, which I didn't know. Like this has been the homegirl for a little bit now, but it's like I never knew like that's what she actually did for work. I knew she worked like in some type of schooling, but I just didn't know exactly what type of schooling that she did. But it turns out she's moving to South Carolina for that reason, and she's a little bit younger than me. She's like a year and a half younger than me, but I was just trying to just give her some type of good advice because a lot of people, especially in Cleveland, you don't get that chance to really move out. So the people that actually take that faith to leap and move out, I'm gonna be all for it, because like you guys know, I ended up moving to Florida. It was a shit situation. I ended up back within a year and a half. So I was just trying to put her on game, with stuff like that. But she really don't even have to worry about stuff like that. She will have to worry about like kind of being lonely and like having like just like a job, not really having people down there that she knows. But that's better than going down there with people that you think that are gonna have your back and then they don't have your back, So I was just trying to, put her on game with that. Now keep in mind, this is a girl that I went to high school with. So when she had her going away party, she had this little bar around the corner. It's in Lakewood. The last time I was at this bar, because like y'all know me, I don't really go out to the bars like that. Like even like I'm a occasional drink. Like in the year, I might drink, I don't know, maybe 6 times, and 6 times is pushing it. Because even this year, I've only drank probably like twice. After I had my first guest on the podcast, and then after one of my flag football games, I had to drink. I'm not really a big drinker because I don't know, just I don't like being in that environment, being around a lot of drunk people who kind of act stupid and stuff like that. I just rather not be in that situation at all. Whatever. Last time I was there, I almost got into a fight. Like I said, it's almost a fight with the homie. He pulled up. I saw him, but the problem is I saw somebody else that was here. I'm thinking that they had came there together. So like he kind of like smiling when he see me, but like he don't know I done already saw the person. So like when he come on smiling, I'm kind of like mugging. I got the homie here. He already know the situation that's going on. So like instantly, like, it's kind of turned to like a situation. You know what I mean? But I'm not gonna get to like some point in the story like that because that is the homie. But it's like I'm like a no nonsense kind of friend. You know what I mean? Like I'm super loyal. Like, I'm gonna hold you down. I'm not gonna do no weird stuff. But if I feel like you doing some weird stuff, don't just trying to come up and dap me up. Your stuff, yeah, it's gonna be up there for you. Ain't gonna dap me up. You're gonna be looking stupid. I promise you. Don't do that. I'm not the one. But anyways, at this spot back there again. Now I went to high school with her, so it's a lot of high school friends. Now I talked about this before on podcasts. Like I don't really like care to like mingle with people from my high school and stuff like that. But keep in mind, this is all like kind of like a familiar friend group that we all kind of hung out with. Like even if we didn't hang out, everybody kind of know each other, and it's kind of a good vibe. Now I haven't seen a lot of these people in a while. I've been back from Florida for a little, but almost like my year anniversary, like today, or like a couple of days ago. But all in all, it was a good vibe because I went to school with a lot of white people. Not saying anything wrong with white people. Obviously got white people in my family. Stepdad's white. We ain't tripping about none of that. It's all good. But I like these white people because these aren't the white people that try to act like a certain way. You know what I mean? These are like true. When I say like they like true white people, it's like I'm walking around the party. Conversing with people, all that stuff. Like I'm talking, it's real white. Like they talking about golf, they're talking about stocks, stuff like that. It's like okay, like I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Y'all keeping it true. Now all of a sudden, like ain't nobody talking about the Drake and Kendrick beef. Like none of that stuff is going on. But it's still a cool vibe because I like people to be actually who they are, not like just to put on the front. You know what I mean? But we all have a lot of similarities, and a lot of that is talking sports and stuff like that. So it was definitely good to see them again. And we were just having a conversation about, y'all know how it be when y'all hug with people with, like from your high school. Y'all talking about how stuff has been and yada, yada, yada. There's all good vibes. Now we're talking about, because now me, a lot of people haven't seen me since I got back from Florida, so some people were seeing me, and they're definitely curious about the situation at what happened. But a lot of people kind of already knew because they knew the person I was going down there with, anyways. Now before I even moved down there, I'm telling people who I'm moving down there with. They're kind of like, but the thing was, dude, I was down there with, like we always been cool. You know what I mean? Like he always been a good dude. Like that's my thing. Like even if like you're not like a shit person, or even if you are a shit person, but you're not like a shit person to me, like this stuff I can deal with. Like if you have flaws, I can deal with that. Like if you screw people over, stuff like that, that's like flaws I'm not being cool. Like I'm not cool with. I'm talking about like flaws. Like if you like to, cut people off, like you like to drink or whatever the case may be, whatever your vices are, those are your vices. You're entitled to that. But um, a lot of people, I don't really like airing stuff out like that. I said I was going to talk about it on the podcast, and definitely one day I will talk about it on the podcast. But I definitely didn't want to be a campaign just to shit on the dude, even though I don't fuck with him at all. You know what I mean? Like I just don't care. Like he did some bozo shit. He got his own stuff going on for reasons why he did that. And like talking about people having flaws. Maybe I should have took those flaws a little bit more serious and maybe held it against him just a little bit more. But whatever the case may be, don't want to harp on that. But that's how the party kind of was. All in all, it was good vibes for sure. Like I said, I don't drink. I just got my wisdom teeth out as well. Um, I didn't drink. I can't smoke either. No edibles, no CBD, like nothing like that. Like I can't do none of that. So it was still, definitely a cool little vibe. Oh, and that's another thing I didn't mention with the recovery process. My dreams have been crazy. Like not having any edibles, like to go to sleep or anything like that, because that's my thing. Like I be having night terror and stuff like that. Like night terror, like there's been times, I woke up in the middle of the night. I've been standing on my bed for so long, and when I realize I'm standing on my bed, I go to get down, boom, like I just face plant. So like the edibles really be helping me actually sleep through the night. But with the surgery, I haven't been able to have that. So like my dreams have been crazy. I mean, like this girl didn't set my car on fire. She didn't chase me with a baseball bat. I didn't play basketball with LaMelo Ball, and I outplayed him. All types of stuff. So it's definitely been a wild week to say the least. But we are going to go into a commercial break, and I will see you guys on the other side. And we're back from commercial break. Hope y'all was able to get some snacks, drink. I probably got hit with an ad or something like that, but don't worry. You didn't miss anything. You got to add. That's why I like to take little commercial breaks for y'all. So y'all don't miss no content. Y'all do y'all best to show up here, show love, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. So I would hate for you to miss any content just because of an ad that you don't even care to see. Unless it's an ad talking about my podcast, or yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. But moving on. So I talked about, kind of after what happened Saturday. Then now I'm talking about Sunday. Now Sunday's like the first day like I really started to feel better. I went to work the previous day. I went out, hung out with some friends. I'm starting to feel better. My mouth's starting to feel better. No Diddy. I know we passed the time limit when that hole was stretched, but no Diddy. Now, I'm going back to work on Tuesday. Obviously, it was Memorial Day on Monday. Salute to any of the veterans out there. I ain't gonna lie. I always be getting Memorial Day and Labor Day confused all the time. The only thing I know about the two, Memorial Day, grilling, Labor Day, grilling. That's all I need to know. But, salute to all the veterans. If this is the time or the holiday to salute them. If not, when Labor Day come, we gonna salute the veterans again, because that's how we giving it up. And I got some veterans and my family, people have served, whatever the case may be. Shout out to y'all. But Sunday, feeling better, got to run some errands. Now, I've been home a lot more than I usually have been. So my dog has definitely been, a little bit anxious, definitely more attached to my hip than normally. So I'm like, okay, Sunday, it's a nice day. Get out. I'll go back to work on Tuesday. One of my students, like I told you about, his birthday was the 9th. Now, as you can see, it's weeks past that. But I told him I was gonna get the cake, but sometimes he kind of acts out. So I'm not the type of person I want to hold that against somebody, but I was definitely holding it over his head. That's why it took so long for him to actually get his cake. Now, where was I going? Oh, Sunday. So I'm running errands. Camilla, been a little anxious because I've been home a lot more, so she's more attached to my hip. I'm like, okay, I gotta go get this cake. I'm gonna go get a bath, and I'm gonna take her for a little walk in the city that I went to high school with. I went to high school at. Now, I'll try to get a cake down the street from my house, in the hood. I go there. It's a bakery. Nobody's there. Been there about 5 minutes. Now it's going 10 minutes. Still nobody's there. I'm like, all right, so change the plan. Boom. I'm going to go out to where I went to high school at. I'm going to get the cake there and then run the errands. Because I got to go out there. They're getting her washed anyways because they got like a little self grooming place. You put them in the tub. They got the rinse, they got the shampoo, they got the condition, they got the flea tick treatment. They got all the essentials that you need to get your pup right. So that's what we did. I'm gonna make a whole day out of it, right? Boom. The only problem is, I said I went to high school in this city, right? Now, not everybody from your high school or where you went to high school at is going to leave their town. A lot of people, they're going to meet up from elementary school, the middle school, the high school. They're going to go to college. They're going to come back. They're going to get a job at the school. They might be a basketball coach. Whatever the case may be, they're just going to stay in kind of like that comfortable bubble that they're used to. They get out of their bubble, they go to college, comfortable, and then they kind of revert back to what's truly comfortable for them. So that's something I always got to keep in mind when I go back because I have a risk of running into people I went to school with. Now, I really don't be having, issues with anybody like I went to school with anybody like that. It's just you don't want to me personally, I don't want to be having like these fake conversations like, "Oh, like what you been up to?" Not that I don't want them to ask me what I got going on. I don't want to ask what you got going on because you still in the same city. It ain't too much that you gonna be able to tell me that's gonna be that exciting that I really will care about. I'm just gonna keep it a bean. I don't. But that's not gonna stop me from going to my city. Like I said, my family they still live in Royalton as well. So when I go there, whatever. It's not a big deal. I'm in the city not super often, but I'm occasionally there. It's just usually I go to my people house and then I come back to Cleveland. But I go there to get this cake for my student. Like I told you guys before, I work with behavioral kids and autistic kids. The kid I was telling him I'm going to get a cake for him. He is autistic, so he's been telling me what kind of cake that he wants. So he's very specific. He's very specific about the type of cake he wants. I've been knowing this since like February. He's been telling me about what kind of cake he wants. When we get in the van, we talk. We had this conversation. We always have just good discourse about just whatever. Like I said, he's autistic, so he'll talk about whatever. And, I'm here for it. It makes the ride go by a little bit smoother. And these kids are funny sometimes. You know what I mean? Like just the fact that they're naive to a lot of situations is very innocent and very pure. But I've been known what type of cake he wants. He wants a vanilla cake. He wants vanilla icing with vanilla inside. No vanilla outside, chocolate inside, none of that. He wants vanilla on vanilla. So that's what I do. I go get him the vanilla. I get to the place. I get there. They kind of be a little funny about me paying for the cake and what I want on it. I want his birthday on it. You talking about you got a little sick there, you can say happy birthday. I don't want him just think I just went to the store and just picked out any cake and got it from him. I want to have a little special meaning to it. I wanted to have your name on it so it's specifically for you. A little bit of decoration and saying a happy birthday as well. So boom, kind of acting funny because it's a personal cake. I'm not gonna give him. He didn't want a big cake. It's not like, oh, can I get a big cake so I can share it with people? It's like I don't want a medium cake so I can share it with my classmate. He just wants something for himself for his birthday. He got a cake for his birthday, but it's his family cake. So it's like he got his brothers and sisters, a lot of people in the house. So everybody got a little piece of the cake. So he wanted his own personal cake. So that's what I was trying to get, his own personal cake. Now I get there. Well, I'm already here, and they're talking about, we won't be able to put the name on it. Like I'm telling them, like, yo, my student is autistic. Okay, I'm trying my best to get him exactly what he asked for. I don't care about all the extras, the sprinkles, all that. As long as it's vanilla, and it's a personal cake for my student, we all good. I don't give it. The problem is I'm paying, right? So it shouldn't be any problem about what I'm asking for. It's like, well, it's kind of small, so you might like. Did, did I just take this to like a back alley, like a Instagram person that don't even know how to really do cakes and like, bro, y'all the bakery, bake, create, and put the name on the cake. Like, bro, I didn't ask for a cake, Paul, like this big. Like, it's like a decent size circumference, right? It's not super big. His name is kind of long. I'm not gonna say his name, but bro, it's a name. Like, do your job, whatever. It shouldn't be that big of a deal. So they're making all this big fuss about them, or whatever. Like, well, then we gotta thaw it out because we only had this one with chocolate and vanilla. Be cool. No, he want vanilla on vanilla. She's like, okay, well, we can get a cake, but it's gonna have to, it's gonna take some time to thaw. Yada yada yada. Like, I don't care. I'm in the city. I gotta take my dog to get washed anyway. I'm taking for a walk, and I'm gonna get my car washed anyways. I don't care. Like, I don't like when I go somewhere. It's like you trying to make excuses of why you can't give me no service. I'm paying you for a service. Just do it. You know what I mean? And not even to be like an asshole, but just like, bro, like you tell me all the stuff that ain't got nothing to do with me, you know? If I tell you to put a name on the cake, just put the name on the cake. Don't tell me, oh, well, if you got a bigger cake, well, he don't want a bigger cake. Well, if you got the chocolate and vanilla cake, he don't want chocolate on his cake. He want vanilla on vanilla. So please, can y'all just get this done? Okay, boom, I leave my information. About a half hour, whatever. All right, cool. Like I said, I got errands to run anyways. Now, go, boom, wash my dog. I get my car washed. I wash the dog. I'm walking the dog around the park, or not the park, just like a little, whatever. It's a little grass area, field, whatever you want to call it. I'm walking. Now, I'm kind of just trying to kill time until I come back to the cake. Boom. I still don't get no call. They got my information to call. This says half hour. It's been about 45 minutes now. So I go back to Giant Eagle. Now, like I said, I got my wisdom teeth out, so I really can't eat nothing but soft foods. All I've been eating is ramen, malted meal, and mac and cheese. Velveeta's mac and cheese, because I'm kind of picky when it comes to mac and cheese. Like, if it's not like fresh and got like a little cream to it, once that mac and cheese start to get like a little like that rough texture to it, like I'm not rocking with it, So I'm very specific about the mac and cheese I get. So I do my little ones and twos. I get some more carrot products to help with my like the recovery process for my wisdom teeth. My neighbor told me about a little concoction. You take a little purple Listerine, you take some salt water, you take some warm water, and a cap full of hydrogen peroxide. You mix it up, and that's gonna help. So that's what I did. I got that. I got my mac and cheese. I'm going to get my cake. Boom. I was just about to call you. Your cake has been ready. Okay, well, not that it's a big deal or anything like that, but you said, a half hour and that you would call me. The half hour passed, but you ain't calling me, so I had to take initiative myself. Because me personally, I'm not going to be the person like that's going to rush anybody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to feel like I got to hover around. I don't want to stand around the bakery. Like I said, I'm in the city that I went to high school at, so I'm really not just trying to just be in here lounging around just in case I see somebody I know and I got to have some bullshit conversation that I don't care to have. But whatever. Cake's ready. It's all good. I see it. Oh yeah, we were able to get the name on that happy birthday. So y'all did all that talking about how difficult it would be, and then you show me the cake, and it's literally perfect. You know what I mean? It's exactly what I was telling y'all to do in the first place. So it's like y'all could have just did that from the start, but whatever. I digress because I'm not here to argue. Like I said, I've already been in the store doing my shopping. I've already spent too much time here. I am trying to leave. Now, sure enough, I'm leaving. Same risk I have going to the shopping in the city I went to high school at. I went to an old friend. She actually was living out of state as well, but she's actually back now. Now, anytime I see somebody, that's back, how do I say it? Anytime somebody has moved, when you see them back in the city, locally or whatever the case may be, you're gonna assume like, oh, like you moved back, like that's just like your first reaction, like, yeah, like I did move back. I'm like, damn, like everybody end up, coming back, but like it wasn't, anything crazy. Like it was just time for her to come back. Now this friend that used to date the homie back in the day, I kinda was friends with her before I was actually friends with the homie, but they had like a little thing or whatever the case may be. Cool, not a big deal. She's getting married though. She's getting married in October. Like, damn, that's dope. Now we're at the stage now. You're getting married. Are you pregnant? No, no, I'm not pregnant. It's like now you gotta ask now because either they're having a baby and they're not married, or they're married and having a baby, or married and not. So I just had to do my due diligence to ask. Not that I cared, not like not trying. Like I said, this is really the homie. So I'm just genuinely asking, as a friend. But I had a nice little scapegoat to get out the conversation. Not that I was trying to get out the conversation. because I didn't mind having that conversation with her, but maybe I'll run to somebody else that I don't want to have a conversation with if I stay there a little bit too long. And when you run to somebody at the grocery store, people aren't going to the grocery store to have conversations. People are going to the grocery store to get what they want, get in, and get out. And maybe you run to somebody at the mall, maybe you'll have like more of a conversation. But like when you're at the grocery store, everybody who's at the grocery store is not trying to be there any longer than they need to be. So I had a nice out. I got my dog. I got Camilla in the car. I got this cake. I got the mac and cheese. I got the listener. I got the proxy. I got my hands full. I would love to stay and talk to you, girl, but I got to roll. It's been nice talking to you. I'm sure I'll talk to you soon. Now, I don't know if that's a fact or not that I would be talking to her soon, but I just don't want to make it seem like I was getting out the conversation I didn't want to talk to, because this is truly the homie. You know what I mean? But all good. That's pretty much how my little week slash weekend recap went. Interesting to say the least. Luckily, I was the only person that I saw, because I didn't want to see somebody I really didn't want to have a conversation with. How to put the mac and cheese down the listener, whatever. Whatever. Now, moving on. Now that we've been talking about enough personal stuff, did I want to touch on anything else when it came to that? Joining. No, I didn't. But I was back in the city, like I've been saying. I'll keep repeating it. Just okay. I'm just gonna say the city. So I was back in whatever. I'm not gonna say it. Sometimes I'll be thinking like, oh, I'm gonna do this, and then I change my mind. Deal with me. This is the We Here Now podcast, and that's just how the flow is gonna go sometimes. But I was back in my city again, and man, it was so many fine women out there. I was surprised. And like I said, I went to school. It's like, bro, it's like my graduating class was 423 kids. Out of my class, there's probably like maybe 15 black kids in my grade. So it's a lot of white people. But I'm in the city moving around, some fine black women. I'm like, y'all was late on getting the memo. Y'all should have been here. But never mind seeing that. It's all good and gravy. But I'm about to go do some shopping again on Sunday while I'm playing and really go crazy. But enough about the personal stuff. We're gonna get into some mainstream stuff. I thought it was gonna be a little bit of a longer podcast, but like I said, sometimes I say something and I don't say true to it, and whatever. It is what it is. But I'm saying consistent. Like I said, I'm giving y'all a podcast every single week. I'm saying consistent. So y'all got that. Y'all got that. Okay. Now, sorry that happened a couple days ago. It was a Nigerian soccer player finding out the girl he was married to, his wife, and the 3 children that they have. Turns out the kids aren't even biologically his. Now, wow, that's a bomb to drop, because me, somebody that's not having kids or not even married or in somebody who's not married, imagine the type of heartbreak that will cause you. Now, okay, they've been together. I forget how long they've been together. They've been together for a little bit. I won't say like 10, 15 years, but they've been together long enough to have 3 kids together. Okay. Should he leave this woman? Should he be upset? Like, I'm just truly confused. Somebody who doesn't have kids, how do you move past that situation? Do you just, well, I've pretty much been there, dad, so I'm just gonna be here? Or do you actually take matters into your own hand and then leave? Because if technically they aren't your biological kids, I guess technically, you know, can you be put on child support for that? I don't know. It's a sticky situation, but it's an evil world out here. I'll just put it like that. So all y'all getting married and having babies and doing all the ones and twos, this is something you got to keep in mind too. Like, thinking, you vibing with a girl, she love you, the only one, she pop up, you married, she's pregnant, boom. Come to find out, the kids are not even yours. That's wild. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I really want to know this. I'm not gonna go too deep into this. I just want to know how y'all feel about this. Truly, how y'all feel about this as somebody who doesn't have kids. Would he be wrong to leave? Is she wrong? But do a little more research. I think it's definitely just a money grab, because turns out that this girl is his lawyer as well as his accountant. Now, like I said before, he's a professional soccer player. He's a Nigerian soccer player. So he got a little fettuccine. He got a little money on. So how does this work? Will she be able to just still do whatever he want with his money? Has she already been doing what she want with his money? Did she know that this was possible to come out that the kids weren't his, and he would try to react and maybe trying to break up with her, and then she wouldn't be entitled to any money? But I guess you don't got to worry about that now because she paid herself and just gotta deal whatever it comes with, you know. Um, I don't know. It's a crazy world out here. You know, I'm very skeptical about just dealing with certain type of women because like everybody be talking about like the type of the women that this generation has to deal with. Like I'm not gonna be the one that like dog piles and like the type of generation of women that we got. Is definitely different, and you definitely have to do your due diligence when it comes to dealing with these women. Yo, fellas, stop just being convinced and tricked over because she got a fat ass. You gotta have a little bit more of that. It's gotta be somebody you can actually have a conversation with. I look at it like this: is you gotta find a girl that like anything that you do with her is gonna be fun. Not that you have to do everything with her, but stuff that that necessarily wouldn't be fun would be fun. I was in a relationship like that. Like this lady like my best friend. Like we still kind of be like on rocky terms. Still like we ain't talk in a minute. Like we be beefing. Like I said, this girl I've been dealing with since I was 13, 14 years old. You know what I mean? But with her, like I genuinely like just like love being around her. You know what I mean? Like I wasn't with like a lot of women who truly like funny, can like have a good conversation. Like with her, like we go to the grocery store, like bro, it's a blast. We just chilling in the car, it's a blast. We go to the hotel, we drink at the bar, yo, it's a blast. It's nobody there, it doesn't matter. Like as long as it's just me and her, like we always gonna have a blast. So like, I suggest y'all to find a type of relationship like that where you truly are dating your best friend because that's gonna make it worthwhile. If you're just with a female, she looks good, nice body, the sex is cool, that's not gonna be enough. Eventually you're gonna get tired of that because just like any man, like we not just gonna be necessarily just loyal to one girl just for the looks. The looks is a attractor for sure, like a magnetic, I would say, but that's not like the end all be all for most men. Any man with a good head on his shoulder who's actually been with attractive women, somebody, you get your first baddie, you might fall victim to that. Stay strong. You gotta stay strong. Find that person that truly likes you, because if not, you just get married to, or you start messing with a girl. She cute. You got a little bit of money. You doing well for yourself. She really not doing nothing, but she look good. You get her pregnant. Now you're dealing with a girl that really you don't even like dealing with. She just look good. Now when it comes to parenting, now you got to worry about how she gonna raise your kids when you're not there. If y'all end up swimming together, it's a whole bunch of stuff you got to deal with. Just all in all, but I don't know. Y'all stay safe out here. Like I don't know what's going on. Honestly, it's a crazy world that we live in. But y'all stay safe out here. And before we get out of here, I like do my little top segments of things that I briefly cared about. And one thing I'm talking about the Timberwolves because they're down they're down 3-0. Okay, now I don't see them making that comeback. It's definitely hard to do, but not saying anything's impossible, but they're being led by, young player, shout out to Ant. And I didn't think Dallas would have the defense to even be able to withstand, the Timberwolves. And just to be fair, like even looking at the scores and stuff like that, like it hasn't been a bunch of blowouts. I'm trying to think. And actually, while I'm recording, they'll play again tonight. Uh, we'll talk about that too. Oh yeah, so we got 108, 105. Wait, where the rest of these games at? Yo, the ESPN app is tweaking because oh, damn, I ain't gonna lie, my Wi-Fi a little jiggy right now. Wait, wait, hold on. No, I think that's right. I think that was the same scores for the following week. Regardless, it's been pretty much decently close games. But it might be a wrap. The Celtics swept the Pacers. Um, I don't know. Playoff basketball is crazy. We're gonna have some teams that haven't won a championship in a while, as far as Dallas and Boston. Not that they're a franchise I've never won, but it's just some teams that haven't won in a while. I definitely wanted to see the Thunder, uh, get a ship, but whatever. It is what it is. But the winners gonna play the Celtics, and I don't know. That's what it's going to be. And last thing before we get out of here, everybody seems to have turned their back on Drake. I know that was a hot topic a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, but I talked about that as well. Nobody seemed to be sticking up for him, and it still doesn't seem like anybody is really sticking up for him. Drake was really in a lose-lose situation. It seemed like usually the most popular guy. I feel like to the masses has more to lose, and I think that's just exactly what happened. I don't want to do a deep dive on that. Like I said, this isn't a podcast where we just talk about what's going on in the music industry because I am pretty much a casual music fan. I like what I like. I be knowing some stuff is hot, but like it just might be by chance. Like I'm not gonna be the person that's gonna tell about like, yo, I gotta go check out this new artist or whatever the case may be because that's not me. Sports. I'm more I'm not just one dimensional. I got a lot of stuff going on that I actually care about as far as sports, gaming, the YouTube, dog, whatever. I just don't be having time to care about the music. I can listen to music. I don't need like, especially with music now, they drop music so much now. It's hard to keep up with everything. Like even like whatever. Young boy, he dropped a lot of music, but even then, like it's hard to keep up with him as well. I'm still listening to something that I just found out about a project he dropped in November. I'd never heard it before, but I was on his other albums. But oh, and I didn't talk about it either. Young boy got bail. They're definitely not letting him go to Great Digger Mountain again. He gonna be big chilling. But like I said, I don't know. It's hard for me to stick up for Young Boy because he just dudes like he's his biggest enemy sometimes. You know what I mean? Like he just can't get out of his own way sometimes. And some of you guys might be able to deal with that as well because some of you guys might be that person for yourself and you just don't know it yet. If you didn't know, well, maybe you know now. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Uh, yeah, I really don't got any much else to say. Yeah, but if I get a like, a comment, and subscribe, hopefully you guys like these podcasts a little bit better when I just talk about what I got going on. But if not, I'm still gonna be doing my thing. But give me feedback. Not saying just because you tell me something, I'm gonna naturally do it. But I'm definitely all ears. I'm not selfish, and I'm not somebody who's too good to take any type of advice. You know what I mean? So, if this is your first time here, hopefully this content was good enough to make you want to come back. If you are a recurring viewer, shout out to y'all. I know we locked in. We locked in like two butt cheeks. But this has been another episode of the We Here Now podcast. I be your host. Y'all know like, comment, subscribe. Yes. Sure. Sheesh.